Welcome to Upland Millionaires. My name is Kay Twice, and I am your host, and I am here with my very good dear friend, Kevin, the man, the myth, the legend. How you doing today, Kev?
I'm doing great.
Good, man. I'm really excited about this walkthrough today because had, I never got any advice about this. Okay, so if you're new to Upland and you're trying to understand how to mint, okay, I wish I knew how to mint. I didn't get to mint for a very long time until actually my dear friend here, Kevin the man, taught me how to mint and told me, Case, hey, like, what are you doing, man? Like, you got to get all these minting properties so you can make more money on your dollars. So for me, I had to learn how to do all these things very quickly. Okay, so we're gonna go over minting today. So minting's a very big deal. So I'm currently in Santa Clara, and I'm going to go ahead and send my guy. If you're still new, this is how you send your guy to your own property. So I've got a whole row of properties here because I want to show you guys how to mint. I see this arrow here, and Kev, what does this big old arrow mean?
Yeah, so that's a send, an airplane that you can collect.
Yes, and so if I could send my guy here to my property for free, doesn't cost me a cent, right? So if I send him to
That's
my
right.
property, it doesn't cost anything. Now here's the cool part. I just collected some more sins, but I have actually already reached my maximum amount of collected sins. So it means I've got quite a few sins because I send my property often. Now I was able to mint all of these properties, and so I'm going to go back down here and try and complete this whole circle. So we're going to go right here and hopefully send my guy so we can start minting some of these properties. And while I'm doing so, Kev, could you give me some insight on how on when to mint? Because right now this city has been open for about a month now, and I'm going to be buying some of these properties to mint these properties at its cheapest price. Okay, when you mint, you're going to be getting these properties at the cheapest price, and that's very important to have. Okay, I'm going to keep minting this as Kev kind of talks through how this kind of works, what the best idea is to mint, when it's good to mint. Because right now, as you can kind of see, I'm in a area called it's North Central. Okay, North Central is not a collection area, but it doesn't matter if you're new to the game and you're trying to do some quick flips, which we'll talk about in the next segment. But for now, I wanted to talk about minting, and it's very important. So, Kev, can you please explain to our followers and the people out there who are just getting started with Upland how important it is to mint these bottom level prices while I do it?
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. So, I mean, minting is really buying the property, at the lowest price possible. And that's an important thing when we're looking at creating income, within the game.
Oh, I got
So,
Kev, I got
one of the,
sniped. TF Media decided to snipe me in front of in the audience. He just bought one of the properties like that I'm going for. He's right here. TF
uh,
Media is another one of our partners. So he's going over all of them. What's he doing here? Oh my goodness.
oh my
He's
gosh,
buying them
he's
all
always
up.
putting on a show, huh?
I know. All right. Well, that could
So,
happen too, guys.
so
That's a great example.
And
A great
and you know
example.
what? This could happen in real life, guys. So this is a great learning experience right here. We have two block explorers exploring the same property, and right now they have both have the ability to capture and mint it. You're able to capture and mint where your block explorer is. So let me go over a couple quick things here. When you're minting, it's very important to take care of a couple things. Number one is your map. You need to know where you are. You need to be zoomed in close enough on the map where you start seeing the property parcel lines. Once you understand the property parcel lines, you'll understand where you're minting. For example, one of the collections would be North 101. So you would zoom in until you reached and seen the property line North 101. And K Twice, he'll be able to show you, how you can see those property lines. Now, once you get to the property line, you're going to see gray properties. Gray properties are unminted. That means that these properties have never been owned, and you can mint those. As you can see, K Twice and TF Media, you can mint
Yeah.
them if you can get them. So, the other thing, properties that you're going to see on the board are light blue properties. Light blue properties, they're not listed for sale, but they're owned by another player. And then you'll see dark green properties, and that means that the property is listed for sale and owned by a different player, and any dark blue property that you would see is owned by you. And the light green ones, these are the properties that are called within the discovery range. And in order to get a property to turn light green, you have to have your block explorer, which is your little character kind of moving around, has to be within a certain range. So once you get your block explorer in that range by using different methods, one of them could be sending to one of your own properties so that you're not wasting your sends. And then you come into a light gray area or a gray unminted area. And once you are in that area, that property will then turn light green. And that's telling you you're in the discovery range. And then at that point there, you can click on it and buy it at mint. One of the best things in this game is to mint properties because it's essentially the lowest price that you should ever be buying a property for.
Yes. And then in the next segment, we're going to be talking about flipping and buying and selling real estate, what you should be doing, how you could look up properties. That's going to be a much longer segment, but it's so important to understand how to mint. And whether you're in a city or you're not in a city, the good thing to understand is where we're going. So don't be afraid to buy a piece of property anywhere. If you can mint it, mint it. It's so important to mint it because even if you put it at 105% markup, 110% markup, 120% markup, I'm telling you, it's a massive, massive, massive deal. All right, it's a big deal when you could sell anything for a profit. And don't be afraid of profit, guys. Don't think you're gonna buy a property and flip it for 10,000%. That's just not gonna happen. That will never happen. I mean, you're gonna get lucky if you find a really good property and sell it for 1,000%. Markups can be good and very generous, but don't lose sight of the end game. The end game is to build your portfolio. And if you want to build your portfolio, you have to buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell, and do it as much as you possibly can. And minting provides you that opportunity. I just got a whole street, right? And I actually,
Yeah.
so actually, just so you guys know, I bought this one for I think 32% or 32K UPX, and this guy bought it from me last night at 55. So I literally made 20 something thousand UPX with one swing of a deal, and now he's going to sell it for 90,000, right? And he will. He's going to sell that for 90,000. These are good properties. Santa Clara is a great place to start if you can afford it, guys. So it's really important to mint, and don't be afraid to mint. Okay, it's seriously so crucial to the existence of our game and what we're trying to do and accomplish here. And honestly, it's just a very, 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 very easy thing to do to get started to do quick flips. Yes, now I'm buying an obscene amount of property, which is a lot, but I also have a lot of liquid UPX, which is very important in this game too, is liquidity. We'll talk about that in another segment too. But for now, Kev, did you have anything else you want to add to minting?
Yeah, so it's very important. The biggest players in this game, the most active players in this game, have all done it with minting. I mean, I don't know how else to tell you. You know, that minting is very important. It's probably the most important piece in the game. And the cool thing is we have the Upland Millionaires in our pages. When a new city does come available, we will have a very, very nice strategy where we'll be able to go back and forth and kind of come up with some of these minting areas. Because although we're speaking about minting, you still have the challenge of figuring out where to mint. And some of these releases, these cities, they come out in something called vanilla mode.
Yes.
And when they come out
Correct.
in vanilla mode, it's our job to do the research to figure out what Upland is going to choose as the collection. So minting can be very, very good. You know, for example, I was able to mint 300 properties in Wicker Park. I didn't know it was going to be a collection, but, you know, I just had faith that it would be a collection, and now that's going to turn my game into something fantastic. So, you know, keep that in mind. Minting, minting, minting.
Such a big deal, guys. Such a great way to flip, make money, and find good properties, especially when the cities actually drop. When the cities actually drop, that's when you really want to try and, you know, you're rolling them dice, right? If it's in vanilla mode, you're not going to know, right? But they also, in Santa Clara, they actually released the collections before the drop, so we knew what we were getting. And that was really exciting. And we tried to scramble, get all the collections that we can get. It was really fun. So we'll see what they do next after Santa Clara. But again, we are Up and Millionaires. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And please follow the next segment. Give us a like, give us a follow, subscribe. We're here. We want to keep providing you as much content as we possibly can. We're super excited for this investment, for this game. We're going to have a lot of fun together, guys. So again, I'm Kay Twice. This was Kevin the Man tagging along. We are Up and Millionaires. Find us on Discord. Find us on Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Just engage. We're here, guys. We're here to help you become Upland Millionaires. And we're out.